Warning, the Stone Age Gamer includes a lot of bad language. Cover your mother***ing ears.
Good evening and welcome to the Stone Age Gamer Podcast.
No foreplay, just right in.
No, I'm ready. I am Chris Rendazzo, and joining me tonight is disturbing number of Battleship ports, Dan Ryan.
Just so many Battleship ports.
We're playing a bit of catch-up this week to cover the 10, 20, 30, 40 for May. How amazing was Pure Chess for PlayStation Vita? You're about to find out because the Stone Age Gamer Podcast starts now.
I can't. There's words. I just have. That's how I feel about it.
Just nothing but syllables. Hi, everyone. This is episode 414. It's the week of June 10th, 2022, and we live in a world where Morbius was re-released in theaters, and audiences vehemently decided that it was not, in fact, Morbin time. And there is a Sonic Central presentation on June 7th, 2022, for a sneak peek at upcoming projects, partnerships, and events happening in 2022, like an entire Nintendo Direct style presentation just for Sonic the Hedgehog.
Yeah.
These are things that are happening in the world right now. Like,
it's a wild, crazy world, Chris.
It's been a wild ride. It really has. And it's been fun. We've been I don't know how much you've been following the E3, the totally not E3 news. I've been watching, just about all of it. We're going to have a lot to talk about on our recap episode, so we're not going to dive into it, but we just finished the limited run showcase earlier today. And that was...
How was that? I haven't had a chance to watch it yet.
There's still no release date for Ninja Turtles.
Wow, that's fucking wild.
You want to know what else is wild? They had it in the show!
Did they?
Yeah, they
no
had
release
Ninja Turtles.
Date,
they had Ninja Turtles in the show, and then the guy said pre-orders will start on, and then they buzzed out where he said that and kept on going, and then they moved on to something else. What a bunch of assholes!
What a bunch of assholes! And I take it there was no Silk Song news.
No Silk Song news. But God back forbid. To the Ninja Turtles. Here's what is cool about it: they announced that there's a deal with Pizza Hut. There's going to be coupons for personal pan pizza and the physical copy of the game.
I mean, but God, do I have to eat at Pizza Hut?
Oh, no, I'm just going to frame the coupon, honestly.
I mean, like, don't get me wrong. Back in the day, when it was time to go to Pizza Hut. Like
man, that was...
When you had
brought it out
like,
piping hot.
Oh my God!
Like the arcade games, the big red roof, and oh man, Pizza Hut was a thing, man.
Like the waitress would come over and she'd be like, "Don't fucking touch it for like a while. Just don't. You're going to die." And I was like, "But pizza lady, I'm very hungry." And she was like, "You will be very dead. Don't. This is nuclear hot." But you would go with like your riff coupon, your reading is fundamental coupon. I read a bunch of books at school. Can I have pizza?
Yes.
Tony Hawk demo? And they were like, yeah, I guess so.
Here you go. I remember going there and getting the X-Men VHS tapes.
Oh, yeah.
With the preview comics in them and stuff.
Oh,
where they had like
good stuff.
Some like athlete dude who could make he wasn't quite gold balls. He made these like more like gold gelatin things that would flap on people's heads. It's good times, you know.
I did go, oh my God, this beer is so sour. Oh, very puckery. Woo! It's a Berliner Weiss, which, I know that means that it's going to be sour, but it's still so surprising.
You're talking gibberish.
I'm not. Those were actual words. I did, a couple years ago, I purchased a set of 8 of the, red Pizza Hut style cups, and we use them every night, and it makes me very
sweet.
Happy. Yeah, it's pretty great. It's the same weird texture and everything. Very, very happy about those.
Nice.
But yeah. What's new in the world of Chris?
Besides financial ruin, nothing. Not a whole lot.
Well, yeah. God, I went to fill up my tank today. And I pulled up to the gas station, and it was $4.99 a gallon, and I was like, I'm not going to fill it up, though. I'm just going to go about halfway. Gonna go. You just pump. I'll tell you when to stop. When I feel like I've been raked over the coals enough for this.
And when you see the tears well up in my eyes, that's when you stop.
Yeah, that's when you pull out. That's when you pull out. Put it in when I start crying. Pull it out. That's. It's just what I find fascinating, though, is. I mean, because obviously it's all Joe Biden's fault, Chris.
And he sets the gas price. He's out there changing the signs every morning.
He is, every day. He's here in fucking New Jersey like, ha, 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 you fucks. And, like, just, it's crazy. But he's also doing it around the world. He has so much power. I had no idea. It's wild. Who knew? Fucking craziness, man.
We filled up our tank the other day, and it cost us exactly $100.
I don't even. There's nothing to say. That's fucked up.
We've canceled most of our plans for the summer. Like, and not not that we could afford much anyway right now, because shit's been bad. But we canceled like just about everything. We're not going to go visit cousins. Like. We can't afford to. We can't. We're stuck at home this summer, pretty much.
I am kind of. All right, we're gonna do some quick truth telling here, okay? Because I'm actually really excited about this, and I just like I no longer give that much of a shit. This is going to be the first summer since 2006. Okay. Legitimately, that I have not either moved or worked during the summer. We're still going to play a little coy, and I'm not going to tell you where I work because then those people that I work with might listen to it, but I don't usually work in the summer unless I work the summer program, okay? I have either worked the summer program or moved houses every year since 2006.
Good gravy.
Yeah, and my job, especially lately, is one where I need a bit of a break. Kind of with everything that's going on in the world. So, I am very, very excited. This is the first time where Tiff is going to be working. The kids and I will be home. And we have a plethora, I believe is the technical pronunciation. We have a plethora of no to low cost activities planned, like slight breaking and entering kind of stuff, like urban exploration kind of stuff. And like I asked Tiff, I was like, "Do you want me to plan these things?" Because she usually has off on Fridays. Now, like, COVID has hit the daycare, and, like, a bunch of people got fired or quit because they're douchebags. So she doesn't have a day off for the next couple of weeks. But I was like, one of the things we're going to go do is find the Cave of Kelpius. I don't know if I talked about this a couple weeks ago. Did I?
No, I don't remember you being an adventurer. Sorry.
Okay. No, well, to me. We talked about, because we were going to do it, I took the girls for their birthday, their 13th birthday. They wanted to go do something like kind of creepy and weird. So we went to the Eastern State Penitentiary.
Okay, yeah, I remember that part. Yeah, you told me about that.
And then we tried to find the Cave of Kelpius in the woods, and we went walking around the woods and couldn't find it. And then Penn got she got too tired and we couldn't do it. But it was the first doomsday cult in the United States of America. Like, they were waiting for the world to end. The world didn't end. So they just went and, like, joined a hippie commune somewhere and, like, got regular jobs. But it's kind of cool. It's like this weird, like, fucking cave and shit. So we are going to go, like, find that kind of stuff. And, like, just go out hiking through the woods looking at, like, Atlas Obscura and a bunch of weird stuff. And I'm so excited that I actually get to do it for once. So I asked Tiff, do you want me to plan these adventures when we're going to do these different things? Around Fridays when you have off. And she was like, no. One, because fuck all that. Two, And these were her exact words. You're going to need somebody here to text the coordinates of your last known location to. And I went, yeah, that's fair. All right, sweet. I was like, so you're totally cool. You're totally cool with, like, me, the 41-year-old, taking the 13-year-old children for some breaking and entering. And she was like, no, light breaking and entering. More like trespassing as opposed to breaking in somewhere. All right, sweet. So that's what our summer plan. Because you're right, like, we're not going and spending money anywhere. It's fucking absurd. We can't.
Yeah.
Where are we going to go?
Getting discount tickets for a friend of Karen's gets discount tickets to Hershey Park, and we're like, let's give that a try. And then, last couple of weeks happened, and we were like, yeah, no, we're not doing anything. We are fresh out of things. Or the bank account can't handle much of anything right now. Yeah, no, it's rough, man. Yeah, it's hard out there for a pimp. It is.
It is hard out there for a pimp. And if I know anything about Karen, it is that she is indeed a pimp.
What she does for a living.
And it's hard out there currently.
It is.
Inflation's hit every market.
You ain't kidding. Usually inflation's a good thing in that specific department.
Usually. Not right now, though.
What you're inflating, but...
It's just... Oh, God, the world is a terrible place, Chris.
It sure is.
Horrible place.
Sure is.
But, man, I'll tell you. I don't know. I am pretty excited about the adventures that we have planned.
I'm excited for you.
Yeah, it should be pretty cool. Like, this is like some real memory-making kind of stuff. Like, what did you do this summer? My dad and I broke into this, like, old abandoned psychiatric hospital. I'm like, oh, what a weird thing for your family to have done together. But I had an intern at work that I got paid to mentor, which was pretty cool. And they gave me some money, and I was like, I'm gonna buy a bunch of stuff that we need to go exploring. So I bought special shoes, and I first aid kits, and I got flashlights for everybody, and
tourniquets,
rope. yeah, tourniquets. Rope to lower the children down into places and pull them back up, some
shark repellent.
Yeah, no, fuck sharks. I'm going nowhere where there are sharks. I will fuck with just about anything.
If you had shark repellent, then that would be everywhere.
It's a good point. I am also currently wearing my brand new Jaws tank top, so that's also kind of silly. I'm not even kidding. I have a Jaws tank top on because it was Tiff's 40th birthday this past weekend, and we had to go out and do a little shopping too because it was her birthday, and we had saved for that. And I was looking at this Jaws tank top, and I was like, "Oh, that's really dope." And she was like, you should definitely pick it up because you're a sexy bearded man, and you should be rocking a tank top. It's hot. And I was like, yeah, but it's your birthday. And she was like, well, we'll get it for me, and then just you can wear it. Okay, that works.
You wearing the tank top is the present, Dan.
Have you seen me lately, Chris? You haven't. It's been almost a year. It's been since your birthday, I think. Or maybe not. I don't know.
I haven't, but I can guarantee you're still as sexy as ever.
Oh my God. It's getting worse as I get older.
Just getting sexier?
Yeah. Oh, Jesus. Keep losing more hair and looking better. It's strange.
It's disturbing. I wake up in the morning and be like, fuck. Why am I so pretty?
God damn it. I know. Go for my morning constitutional and get fucking distracted halfway through. Oh, God.
Dan, you were on the toilet for more than an hour. Sorry, I was gazing into my own eyes.
I was gazing into my own reflection. Longingly, I might add. Lustfully.
When I wasn't clenching.
Oh, fiber. Anyway. God. Yeah, it's gonna be wild, Chris. It's gonna be good times, great oldies.
You play any video games? I played a few.
Not a ton. not a ton. Like, in all honesty, these last couple of weeks, like, it was Tip's birthday, and, like, that was great, and, you know, we focused a lot on that. But, like, these last couple of weeks have been particularly difficult for those in my profession, and I have just kind of vegged out to the world. Like, I watched Obi-Wan, and we watched, like, just the first episode of Stranger Things, and, like, really apart from that, like, I played a little bit of Mega Man and, like, some puzzle, like, in baseball, you know, like, just kind of the normal, like, I don't have to think about or, like, do much of anything, because I just, like, have not been super engaged. But, like, I feel like I'm kind of coming out of it this week. Just been really angry, you know?
I do. I do.
It's been very... do. There's been a lot of arguing, and, like, I feel, oh, God... Like, I hope things are changing. I don't know. It's just, fuck, man. Like, it's been this Uvalde shit, like, is really, it's hit really hard. And sometimes, like, some of them do, and some of them don't, you know what I mean? Which is kind of a terrible thing. It's kind of like the terrible reality that we live in right now, right? Like, but again, especially when you do the job that I do, it's like it's very, very real, and it's just very, like, fuck, man. Now I got to listen to people try and tell me, like, what I shouldn't be doing, and, like, dumbasses arguing about single points of entry. Like, it's just fuck. Like, come on, man. Why don't you ask somebody who might, like, have an opinion on it? I don't know. Maybe. It's weird.
Nah, don't do that. Don't do that.
Yeah.
No, don't do anything, as a matter of fact.
Yeah, no, just tots and pears. Tots and pears, man.
We actually had a serious conversation about the logistics of trying to leave the country. And it's just not feasible, which is, you know,
sad. Yeah.
It was quite literally the only way I could think of to be safe.
Yeah, no, I know. Yeah, it's kind of wild right now. Like, there are travel advisories coming into the U.S. Because of rampant gun violence. You know what I mean? Like, that's not a thing, like, I'm making up. That's legitimate. Other countries' travel advisories, if traveling abroad to the United States, is to be extra cautious due to just wanton fucking gun violence, just seemingly everywhere, in every village, town, and dell one could think of. We've talked about it before, of could we leave the country? Could I try and find my family that I have in Holland, generations removed and whatever, but I do have family there. Like, hey, could you guys sponsor us to, like, the hell out of here? Because, my God. It's just, like a good shitty American, though, I speak a language.
Exactly. Like,
you know what I mean? Like, I could go to a Spanish-speaking country and get by. I know enough and could communicate enough. I am Spanish, so I have somewhat of a background in it, you know what I mean? My grandfather spoke Spanish around me growing up, because he was fluent in 7 languages, because he was a real man, and I am just a big boy, I think is what it is. But, like, I know I could go to a Spanish-speaking country and get by and probably adapt pretty quickly and pick up on things, but apart from that, I'd have to go to either an English-speaking country or a very English-friendly country like Japan or Vietnam or South Korea, something like that, to really get away from the nonsense. And logistically, you're right. It is nigh impossible. They don't want us, Chris, and I don't blame them.
I don't blame them either. That's the thing. Like, I have nothing to offer. So I'm just stuck here, jailed, and every morning I feel the terror when I drop my kids off at school, and then I come home and there's no money, and it's all horrible all the time.
Yeah.
But then I get to come here and I get to talk to you. And
at least we get to laugh about it.
Right? We get to laugh about it.
Laugh through the tears.
What little comedy there is, we can have some good times. Like last night, we had the next door neighbor, a little girl, came over and we had s'mores in the backyard and fire in the fire pit. It was a nice night.
That's awesome.
Like, we're gonna get by. I mean, as long as we don't get shot, we're gonna get by.
Well,
and,
I mean, let's fucking knock on wood.
Exactly. That's the problem. But as long as right now, as long as nothing else absolutely catastrophic happens, we could theoretically be okay in a year. But it's you just got to appreciate what you got when you got it. So
it's
what we're focusing on.
It's such a weird kind of situation to be in, right? Because I don't know that I've ever like really brought it up on the podcast before, but my friend Amanda was killed at the Pulse shooting in Orlando. Like she was one of the people at that mass shooting, and it's kind of weird to be like, all right, so I personally, someone who has held my children, she has been to my house, I have been to her house, like all of that. Like, I know her, and she's been killed in a mass shooting. And Tiff knows somebody who was at the shooting at the concert in Vegas a couple years ago.
Man.
Like, you remember that country concert?
Yeah.
That there was a shooting. The woman who she knows didn't get hit and didn't die or anything, but she was there at the event. So, like, I know 2 other people personally involved. The chances that I know anyone else that gets it has to be pretty small at that point, I would think, just playing the law of averages. But it seems to be getting worse, and that's, like, crazy to me. Like, it's just fucking wild, man. It's wild. It's so weird. It's such a weird thing that we, and like, to kind of tie it back to video games, right? I don't blame video games by any stretch of the imagination. Video games do not cause gun violence. It's like AR-15s cause gun violence. Like that's like a whole big part. But when I see trailers and stuff for upcoming games and they're like, X new military shooter, I'm like, man, I'm just not interested.
Yeah, it's the culture. It's
like that whole culture is just like, it's just gone to me now. And that, not that it's a shame, but like there's just this whole genre of like entertainment and stuff that I just find repulsive at the moment. It's weird. Like, we didn't watch The Punisher when that first came on Netflix because of we watched, I think, the first 10 minutes of it, and then like the intro came up with all the guns like forming the logo and stuff, and I was like, I'm out. I'm just not into it,
Yeah, I hear you. There's pretty much anything involving gun violence right now kind of freaks me out. Like, we're watching the Limited Run showcase with John, and like there would be a couple of games with lots of guns in them, and I'm just like, man, it hits weird. I mean, when friggin' Obi-Wan and Stranger Things both premiered, both of them started with some stuff that was supposed to be unnerving, but was especially unnerving because of now.
Yeah,
and it's gross. I mean, I've never been a huge fan of realistic gun violence.
Sure.
In general, and like the gun culture, which always, that's the part that really rubs me the wrongest of wrong ways, where it's just
for sure
it's so glorified, and like this kind of stuff wouldn't be as much of a problem if the gun culture itself wasn't so glorified. Like, no, grab a gun, that's the answer to your problems. That's how you show people that you have power. And it's like that, and that's such an American thing, and I'm not very good at articulating it.
It's a uniquely
it grosses
American
me
thing.
out. It is a uniquely American thing, and it's gross, and it's unfixable.
It's the only kink I will shame.
It is, yeah, agreed. That is a kink worth shaming.
Yeah.
And the fact that it is unfixable is constantly disgusting to me. Because that's where it came to I don't know what else to do other than try to leave, because it has been proven now beyond any shadow of a doubt that it is 100% unfixable. It is a problem that refuses to go away. Like, it's not that it couldn't be fixed, it's that it won't be fixed. Like, decidedly, no, we're not going to do anything because it's my right. Money, I like my guns, and it's my right. So that's the end of the conversation right there. But
I really wonder if our kids' generation are going to be the ones to change that, though.
I don't think they are, because there's an awful lot of kids that are raised with the same exact mindset. I mean, I can't tell you how many kids, when I drop my kids off to school, how many kids come out of pickup trucks with tons of bumper stickers about, keep honking, I'm reloading, guns are the answer, NRA stickers, and they come out of their parents' car wearing camo and stuff and Fortnite backpacks and everything. And like that, because it's so super glorified. It's like, guns are the coolest. And my dad's got guns, and therefore guns are the most. It's guns. They're not. And lightsabers are so much cooler. They are so much cooler. And let's rein this in. Sorry. That's enough of this.
Blasters. They're so undignified. Lightsabers are fucking awesome.
So uncivilized.
Yeah. I didn't mean to take it down.
No,
it's just
no, absolutely. Look,
that's just like the honesty of where I have been these last couple of weeks of like, I'm going to play baseball and kind of turn my brain off for a little bit. I get really, really excited that the Star Wars collab is coming to Pad North America.
I saw that, yeah.
Oh, I'm so fucking excited. Like it happened in Japan 10 months ago. And, there's a bunch of people on the Pad subreddit who it's a uniquely internet thing where I am just a fucking schmuck from wherever, but I am going to speak on this topic with authority that I have no right to have whatsoever. Of like, Star Wars is never coming to the North American Pad server because we didn't get the Disney collab and we didn't get the Marvel collab, and since Star Wars is a subsidiary of Disney, ergo we're not getting Star Wars. And it seemed unlikely that it was coming because we're usually operating on depending on the property or the timing of events or whatever, we usually operate the North American server on a 2 to 2.5, 3 month delay from the Japanese server. So if something doesn't happen by 3 months, it's usually safe to assume okay, it probably isn't going to happen. But I'm so excited that it's happening. I gotta fucking roll a lot of stones for Obi-Wan because he's fucking dope. His card's really good. I want it. I'm gonna give lightsabers to everyone. it's even if they don't need them. Just be like, here, have a lightsaber equipped. It's gonna be
just
dope.
handing them out like candy.
Very excited about it. What have you been playing? Sorry, let's rein this ship in.
Well, speaking of hate and rage, I finally finished Mega Man and Base.
Oh, nice. Well done.
I'm pretty sure last week I mentioned how the end of that game is the worst of any Mega Man I've ever played. And I stand by it, but we finally finished it. It's a pretty solid game, but those last levels are just the bullshitty of bullshit.
Yeah.
We also beat Mega Man 8. Mega Man and Base took us a week to get through. Because I had never played it before.
Sure.
It was especially the Super Famicom version. I got way farther in that way faster because it's just so much better. It plays. I'm so much better at playing it on a TV than I ever was on my Game Boy Advance.
Yeah.
It's just so much twitch movement and whatnot. It just works. It's a very cool game. I just hate the end of it. Mega Man 8 was fun to get into because it was Mega Man and Base reuses so much artwork from Mega Man 8, character sprites, everything. It was a really fun contrast seeing them back to back of these are the same things, but they're slightly larger and they're more they have more frames of animation. But it was literally the same sprites. They would just shrink them and cut things out. So it was pretty fun seeing that, and the evolution with every time I play 8, I appreciate it more. I don't necessarily like it more, but I appreciate it more for like what it tried to do as far as modernizing the Mega Man formula. And I feel like Base was a really good kind of reining some of the worst aspects of 8 in to make it feel more distinctly Mega Man, though I'm not a fan of those jump and slide snowboard segments. I am a huge fan of the scrolling shooter rush jet segments. I think those are super cool. So yeah, 8's pretty good. That was a blast. I got stuck on the Wily capsule at the end for a while before I remembered how to do it properly. Because the weapon that's theoretically his weakness is the flame sword, but you have to get right up close to him to do that. And I was on that for like a day, just like beating my head against it. I kept dying. And then I was like, oh, the Mega Buster does the same amount of damage from a distance. So I'll just be on the opposite side.
I'll just do that.
I'll just shoot him and dodge. And then I beat him on like my second try. Like, son of a bitch.
Yeah.
I almost had him on the first try, but I got really sloppy and I was like, all right, I own that. Let me beat him right now. And then I did. And that was the end of that. And then we started 7 today. We're through 7 of the 8 Robot Masters. Because like, now we're into the territory of the games that I just know really well.
Yeah,
so, like,
and can just blow through them.
I've blown through 7 so many times. If the limited run showcase wasn't today, we would have finished 7, no problem. But I had to turn it off so that I could watch limited run, and that was neat. Let's see. It is. I got official confirmation. It's pronounced Combinera. I was saying it right the whole time.
All right.
It's not Combinera, it's Combinera. That's what it's called. Boom.
Look at you.
Yeah, I joined the official Atari Discord, and there's an official Atari podcast, and sometime this month there's going to be some sort of Atari presentation for the company's 50th anniversary, which I'm kind of excited for. I have no idea. It could go either way, right? It could be they're going to announce some really cool game-related stuff, or they're going to be like, NFTs and speaker hats. Like there's two directions Atari goes right now, and woof. If it's more stuff like Combinera and the recharged games, sign me the hell up. Somebody in the Discord server said, I think Combat Recharge is coming next, and I was like, oh shit.
Yeah, that could be dope.
They do Combat Recharge? That would be amazing. I love Combat. If there was just a fancy new version of that, because these recharge games have been great. I haven't tried Gravatar yet, because I don't know the original Gravatar. I've never played it. But this game looks really good, and it seems to be going over really well with people. So, if I was in the market to buy games right now, I'd probably pick it up on my VCS. But
yeah,
I'm just gonna hold off for now. I also made the executive decision that I'm not buying Strikers.
Really?
Yeah, I tried the demo and I absolutely love it, but it is no one in the house is going to play it but me. Like, John might be able to wrap his head around it. Ellie will just immediately get frustrated, and if we can't play it 4-player, then it's just not going to get played. So as much as I would love to buy it, like, it is complicated. It does a really good job of teaching you, but we spent like maybe a half hour or so going through the tutorials that's on the free demo thing that you can download.
Yeah.
And I kept forgetting what buttons did what, like when I'm trying to play, because like there's a lot to it, and it's really good. It's really freaking good. It's so fun. I got my ass kicked though just doing the tutorials, because like I kept forgetting what buttons did what, and I just wasn't wrapping my head around the timing on certain things. And it's awesome, but it's just unfortunately not for me. I want it to be, because I loved Strikers, and Strikers Charged was the second one. I forget what this one's called. Battle League, that's what this one's called.
Yeah.
Maybe someday, but right now I'm just, that demo has convinced me that I should not buy it. Not that I can afford to buy it right now anyway, but it's I gotta skip it. It's kind of a bummer, because I was looking forward to it, but yeah, I have plenty of other things to play in the meantime. So it's like,
if you're legitimately not going to play it, then like, okay.
Exactly. Like, that's why I didn't get Mario Golf. I wanted Mario Golf, but I know I would play it a little bit at most, and then but we would never get around to playing it properly multiplayer, which is where the real fun is. Right. And I'm not going to play it online because it doesn't fit in with my life and my schedule. I don't like playing with randos online. I like playing with friends, and I can barely line that up at all
in real life. Yeah,
exactly. So as much as I want to get Strikers, it's like the same thing with that Street Fighter collection that's coming out, or the whatever that fighting game. This the Capcom fighting game thing. Like, man, I want that, but I'm never going to use it. I've got no one to play that with, at all. I can't play Street Fighter with John. Like, I tried playing, I even going easy on him. Like, I just can't do it. There's nothing there. So it's a bummer, but it's the reality of my life right now. And you know what? It's still a billion times better than it has been for decades, right? Like, sure. So many games I never played at all, and now I'm playing a ton of games. Just, some of them I got to pass on because they're multiplayer focused and they're not everyone friendly. On the other hand, I did finally get to put time into Pac-Man Battle Royale in that collection, and holy shit, that game's awesome. It's such a bummer that it's so limited because it's literally the arcade game, and there really isn't much to the arcade game. Probably because the arcade game is so goddamn expensive to play. Yeah. But that's why I've never seen almost any of it, because it's like, all right, one round is $1 per person.
Yeah, that's crazy.
Okay, and then you finish around like, all right, toss in another $1 to play the second round. Like, are you fucking kidding me?
Nope, not doing that.
And so I've done that at tops in the arcade. I've done like maybe 2 rounds of it, and it's super fun. But I didn't get the whole thing because I was only playing so very little of it, and the rounds go by really quickly. This game, we're playing the 4 of us in the house. We love it. It's relatively fair. Like, sometimes Ellie wins. We've all won in different respects for different reasons, and it is super, super fun. It's just a blast to play. It's such a great little local multiplayer thing. I wish there was a little bit more to it, but we haven't gotten bored of it yet. And it's just part of that Pac-Man Museum Plus, which I wrote my review for it earlier today. It was a pretty glowing review. I think I gave it like an 8.5 because it's just a great collection. It's just got so much good stuff and so much good replay value. It's very well presented. It's all well emulated. Like, if you like this kind of stuff, then Pac-Man 2 is not on it. That gives it at least a full 3 points right there.
That's not nice.
It wasn't intended to be.
It is accurate, but
you know what? Playing through that game wasn't nice either.
No,
that game did
true.
plenty of damage to us. I can give it some shit.
Yeah, that's fair.
I honestly do think that having Pac-Man 2 not on there is kind of a weird oversight, because Pac-In Time is on there, which was like the follow up to that. It's a better game, but it's still kind of a weird little platformer, and it really sticks out on the collection. That and Pac-Land. At least Pac-Land, I guess I kind of get because it's a retro Pac-Man arcade game. But that's still a platformer. It's still most of what's on there is kind of based on that maze-based Pac-Man thing, and like Pac and Pal and Super Pac-Man. They're not great games, but they're super interesting. Pac and Roll is kind of neat. It's they've adapted that one a couple of times. It was originally a DS game where you had to use the stylus to roll it like a trackball, which was what makes the most sense. But what was the other one? Pac-Motos. Apparently it's like a Pac-Man reskin of some other arcade game I've never heard of. But that one's pretty fun, and that's got a multiplayer mode. It's like you're basically just like a marble that looks like Pac-Man, and you're trying to run into everybody else and knock them off the playfield. It's fun. It's very simple, but it's pretty fun. The Pac-Man arrangements games. It's just a really nice collection. But that having access to Championship Edition again, like the first one, outside of playing it on my 360, that's just wonderful. I'll take that on any system you can put it on, because God, that game's great. And
it really is.
Championship Edition 2 was good, but it just wasn't. I never felt compelled to spend nearly as much time with that one as I did with Championship Edition, and I've been playing a bunch of that. That's just been great. And Pac-Man 256 is super cool, so it's a great collection.
Oh yeah, man, Pac-Man's great.
Yeah. I do wish Ms. Pac-Man was there, but I understand there's weird rights issues with that.
Yeah.
You know what we just finished playing tonight? We played for family time. Karen's pick was We Party You. That one still pops up from time to time. We don't play almost any of that game besides one mode. There's one mode in that game that is still super fun to this day. Because like the mini games are kind of Mario Party style-ish, but they're slightly less bullshit than some of the Mario Party ones. Like they're simpler, so they're less bullshit, I guess. They're just kind of stupid. But the main crux of the game is this ball pit, right? So it's this machine's got a bunch of different balls on it, and it's a little drawer that's sliding back and forth, and you get the drop, like, no matter what position you get in. So first place gets 4, second place gets 3, third gets 2, fourth place gets 1. Everybody gets to drop those balls into the ball pit to try to get them to push different balls off the edge that you get points for. Okay. And then, like, there's like a gold ball that's worth 10 points, but there's like a death ball that subtracts 5. And then the closer you get to the end of the game, there's these bonus rings that show up. And if you can knock a ball into it, then it makes a whole mountain of balls fall in from the ceiling. And then you get a whole bunch of mess of points that way. Cool. It's really fun. It's super basic party game, but it works. And we've been playing it semi-regularly since it came out. It's one of the 4 Wii U games that are just upstairs for occasional multiplayer family time, because it's just stupid fun. And none of the other modes in the game we ever touch. It's just the ball game. That's the only one we play. But it's still fun. We had a blast. We played 2 full rounds of it tonight before the kids went to bed.
That's awesome.
Yeah, good times. But yeah, that's been pretty much it, besides diving head first, trying to keep track of all the non-E3 stuff that's happening. Yeah. The Evercade show we've seen so far, Evercade State of Play. I mean, I technically saw the Acquire React, but it was all in Japanese, and I didn't actually see any new games. It was just like them talking about older. I didn't understand it at all.
I can't believe how accurate I was on my predictions so far. I've been spot on. You
have.
Haven't missed one.
The Apple showcase was today. This is a little more dumb nerdy for me, because I'm an Apple nut as far as like the computers and my phone and my watch. That stuff makes me all happy. They announced a thing with the new operating system on Mac. So the new Mac OS Ventura, which looking forward to the memes on that, because
it comes with Governor Ventura. I'm very excited.
I mean, I'm thinking more like it's OS Ventura is really close to Ace Ventura. Like, I'm just looking forward to it.
That's a good point. I really like Jesse Ventura. So,
leave it to you to tie it back to wrestling.
Yeah, I was going to say, politics aside, I miss Jesse the Body Ventura. Because I'm an old man, apparently. This is why.
So the way I work, I have a 2-screen setup. I used to have a 3-screen setup when I was at work, but one of the weird limitations of current Apple computers, like I have the last year or the year before, I have a pretty new Mac Mini, which Matt Much recommended as like, this thing will demolish anything you want it to, and it has so far. It's been phenomenal. The way I work is I have a whole mess of different programs running at the same time.
Sure.
And I have a bunch on one screen and a bunch on the other screen, and I have them all like segmented all over the place. So when I need to move on to another one, I can click on like a small corner of this one window, and that'll bring that to the front, and then click on a different one to bring that up front. They have this new program. I have no idea how it's going to work on a multi-screen setup, but it's called Stage Manager. Yeah. Where they put whatever you're working on in the middle of the screen, and then along the side of the screen, they have these like small, like just whatever you had on the app shrunk super small enough that you can see what it is, and they're just lined up on the side. And whenever you click one, and this is the part that really gets me, whenever you click one of the things on the side, it brings that one to the front, but it puts the one that you were on before in its place on the side. So like you can just swap full screen 1 to 1 to 1 and have everything organized going on that sidebar. I'm hoping that I can have all that sidebar stuff on one of my screens and then just have everything else working on the main screen in front of me, but
right.
I'll mess with all that shit later. That just thinking about that just kind of blew my mind. Like, oh, that's such a genius way of organizing that. That's going to help with my thought process so much while I'm trying to organize my shit while I'm working, instead of being like, is that the corner of, what is that the corner of? Oh, this is, that's the Finder window there. I was looking at, that's a picture, and that's, oh, there's iTunes. There it is. Like, and you can still do all these, like, you know, double click on the mouse and bring all the windows up at the same time, but like, it's just not quite as elegant. I'm super excited about it.
I Alt-Tab all the time. I constantly switch, like, between the apps that I'm running on a computer, like all the different windows and whatnot, but I just Alt-Tab through everything. I don't minimize windows. I keep everything, like,
everything's up.
And that works for me, you know?
It works well enough for me. And the thing that the Apple OS does now is, like, if I hit F3, it takes everything that I have open and it shrinks them just enough so you can see everything. Yeah, that's what I do right now, and that's also if you 2-finger double tap the mouse does the same thing as the shortcut. Yeah. And that's nice, but I'm telling you, this setup with them all on the side was like just melted my brain. I'm freaking excited about that. It's working for me. That and finally on the new iPhone OS, I can set multiple home screens. So
yes,
it'll be a different picture. Be a different picture every time I turn. Because I do that with my watch right now, and I love that. But I want to do it on my phone, and now I'm so excited to be able to.
I was excited about that, to have, like, different setups. To have it, like, when I'm at work, I can have one particular screen with stuff that I need to access for work. You know, just kind of right there on the lock screen, and then when I'm home, you know, switching it to something else with different widgets or whatever.
Yeah, exactly.
Like I kind of like that that level of, like, customization and productivity. I don't know, kind of makes me happy in my pants a little bit, not gonna lie.
Same here. I am constantly confused about they were talking a bunch about, like, we're not going to talk about this in the E3 covers thing. It's not really video games. So the watch thing that always confuses me is the sleep app, right?
Yeah.
When do I charge my watch?
Well, yeah, that's kind of the one nice thing about the watch is that it does charge really, really fast.
It does.
So, like, if you pop the watch on, like, when you shower, because I take mine off to shower. I know they're waterproof and whatnot, but
yeah, I take mine off to shower too.
Yeah, so, like,
because otherwise it gets all nasty under there.
Yeah, it gets really gross because humans, I don't know if you know this about us, are fucking disgusting. Like, really, honestly, truly, we are fucking nasty.
We are.
Like, oh boy, you should wash your sheets more than twice a week, is all I'm saying. I mean, once a week is probably fine, but, you know, really gross. Anyway, so, like, if you just pop it on the charger when you shower kind of thing, like, you should be all right. You know, it'll keep a charge. I don't feel like the Apple Watch is designed to ever get to a full charge.
Yeah, see, I charge mine overnight. I do
too. I put it, like, the nightstand mode. Like, I have my
exactly, yeah. So
my thing looks like a Game Boy, and that makes me really
face
happy.
it turns on. Like, it just shows you the time, which is kind of neat. But I also don't want to wear it to bed. What I was doing for a while, because I have an old Fitbit. Back when I needed to get up in the morning, I would wear the Fitbit to bed just as my silent alarm clock. Because I never wanted to I didn't want to try and wake up Karen while I was waking up in the morning. So I had this silent alarm clock around my wrist that would wake me up and only me up. And then I'd, you know, slink out of the room. But,
oh man,
I can't
You and I would not be able to sleep in a bed together. I have an alarm set for 6:30, 6:40, 6:42, 6:45, 6:48. Like, not snooze.
Yeah, that's
I
Karen.
have all those set. Yeah.
That's Karen. My watch would go off at 5:30. And since I've decided that 5:30, I don't need to do that anymore. I'm not doing that to myself. So I naturally wake up around 6. I can't sleep later than 6:30. I just can't do it. And that's the absolute latest that I can wake up to still get everybody fed and out the door to school. So it's like, I just don't bother with an alarm anymore because I don't need it. But if I do need one,
that is living dangerously, my friend.
I can't do it. If I sleep past 7, it's a once a year miracle if I can sleep past 7.
Wait till the kids are a little older. Wait till they're teenagers. I woke Katie up on Saturday, the day. So like we hung out for Tiff's birthday and watched Ghostbusters for the first time, like as a family, and that was great and all that. But then we let the kids keep their devices, which we don't do often. Because like we're trying to be responsible parents, but they're 13 now, and it's like every now and again, if you give me a book report, you can keep your device on like a Friday night or a Saturday night. Not both nights, but you got to read a book and fucking like don't try to come at me with some fucking Cliff Notes bullshit. All right, like you actually, because like you're gonna tell me what book you're gonna read, and I'm gonna fucking skim through it and find some shit to ask you about it first. So, because, like, they used to love reading when they were little, but they're in that weird, like, teenager. They're fucking 13. They're awful. They're just terrible human beings right now. But, we let them keep their devices, and on Saturday, I drug Katie out of bed at 1:30. I was like, you have to get the fuck out of bed. Jesus Christ. It is 1:30 in the goddamn afternoon. I have been up since 7. This is absurd. But, like, I usually, because Penn gets up at, like, 5. Like, she is just, the sun's up, I'm up. So I wake up early because she's up, and I don't want her to just be wandering the house alone because... she might come down in my office and touch my stuff. I don't know. Like, don't come down and play with my toys, goddammit.
If John or Ellie wake up before me, it's straight to screens. It's Ellie will get on her iPad, and John will start watching some bullshit on the TV. And for now, that's working out fine.
But when they get older, they might sleep a little later, and you might get to sleep till like 8.
But that's like, it has nothing to do with them waking up. It's me. I've never been able to sleep late, and like, that's just the way I work. I'm like you said, if the sun's out, I'm out. Like that's just kind of works. The closest I get to sleeping in is on rainy days, but even then, it never gets past 6:30. Like,
wow, that sucks.
Just not the way I'm wired.
I wish I was wired that way. I hate fucking getting up. I hate setting an alarm.
Yeah, I'm not super happy about getting up. I'm usually not happy about getting out of bed at that time, but it's like, well, it's either sit here and stare at the ceiling and think about all the things I should be doing right now, or just get up and start to, because that's like the first thing when I wake up in the morning. All right, what do I have to do today? That's the first thought that crosses my mind whenever I wake up. It's like, all right, checklist. What do I need to do? I got to get the things done. What needs to get done? What am I behind on? My brain sucks.
That does suck, dude. That's awful.
Well, I don't know. You about ready to take a break and get to our business here?
Yeah, let's handle it.
All right, it's break time. We're going to do some commercials, and then we're going to come back, and we are going to do the 10, 20, 30, 40, and talk about a whole lot of versions of Battleship.
All great.
Every single one of them masterpieces.
Masterpieces.
You're listening to the Stone Age Gamer podcast from Geekade.com. Stick around. And now, here's a quick look at some of the other original content available now from our partners and Geekade.com.
First up, that's right, no foreplay on that one either, just raw dogging it. If you've ever played Solstice for the NES, you may not know that there was a direct sequel on the Super NES. It's called Equinox, and apparently, it's quite good. Developed by Software Creations and published by Sony, Equinox brings isometric arcade action to Nintendo's 16-bit machine. But what more do you need to know about it? Are there dark secrets lurking just underneath the surface? Joe and Greg have some thoughts on the matter, and if you want to hear them all, and you definitely do, give a listen to the SNES podcast, episode 190, Equinox. Oh, I started slurring my speech there. This beer is giving me a lot of phlegm and spit. it's ridiculous. There's some inside baseball for you. I need a spittoon.
Next, video game music podcasts are everywhere! There are literally dozens and dozens of them, including my show, Waveback, and they're all crawling up your walls right now.
The first music podcast.
I would like to know how much older I know Waveback's been around for a long time. I feel like when I started it, it was a relatively novel thing, and now there's a ton of them. And I have no idea how many are older than Waveback, but I'd like to figure that out someday. Anyway.
I don't know. They are all terrible, though. The only good one is Waveback.
How dare you. My co-host Matt and myself have teamed up with another of those excellent VGM podcasts.
Terrible.
Don't listen to Dan. He's rarely wrong, but he's wrong here. We teamed up with them to bring the world what we're all calling Masters of VGM, a month-long series of shows highlighting the best of the best in the world of video game composers. This week on Waveback, we talked about my picks, and while they probably aren't exactly surprising to anyone who knows me, I believe they're all worthy of the title Masters of VGM. Check out Waveback episode 151, Masters of VGM, Volume 1, or go to the website, mastersofvgm.com, I think. There's links all over the place for it. Masters of VGM, it's been super fun.
Yeah, check them out. They're cool. They're the only other good video game music podcast.
It's a group. Never mind.
Oh.
It's all the other. So there's a bunch of video game music podcasts, and we all got into a big conversation. We're like, we should do a thing together where we all do episodes on the same subject matter called Masters of VGM. So it's like all these different video game music podcasts are doing Masters of VGM episodes about their, what they called like the Mount Rushmore of video game composers. So most of us picking 4 of them, except we're not calling it Mount Rushmore because, well, Mount Rushmore's got some not so great historical connotations. So
I don't know, Mount Chiptune?
We called it Masters of VGM. So there's a bunch of different shows that are involved in this project, and Waveback is one of them. So
yeah, that's what I'm saying. Every other podcast that's not involved in this is garbage.
There you go. I'll take it.
That's obviously what I meant.
Clearly.
How cool is it that the dude from Undertale, Toby Fox, is doing music for Pokemon Scarlet and Violet? That's awesome.
Good for him.
Good for that dude. Finally, do you like dogs? Sure you do. Me, hate them. Can't stand the little fuckers. Unfortunately for me, though, my house is positively lousy with dogs. I've got so many dogs, honestly, I don't know what to do with them all. Maybe you do. Maybe you're in the market for some of the best damn beagles you've ever met. Maybe you aren't. I don't know your life, but you should be, because everyone needs dogs. Yes, dogs, plural. Please, get them out of my house. Get yourself a furry friend at Safe at Home Rescue. Easily a top 5 animal rescue with a baseball pun in its name. There is no question about how factually accurate that statement is. And good news, we actually legitimately just got the letter in the mail today. Safe at Home Rescue is now an official 501c3 charity, which means any donation that anyone makes through our website is tax deductible. Officially. I have the letter sitting in my scanner right now because I scanned it and copied and emailed and all that stuff. So, if you don't want to adopt a beagle, which I understand, they're beagles. There's plenty other ones. We got this Portuguese water dog, she's great. Bernese mountain dog, that's super fun. But if you're not in the area and you would like to donate, it is now officially tax deductible. So talk to, like, your bosses where you work and, like, make corporate donations, too. They love that shit. And I need money. Because this is expensive.
Well, for all this and more from us and our partners, be sure to keep your eyes on Geekade.com. Okay, we're back. We are back to talk about Battleship and nothing but Battleship.
That's right. God, I love the movie. Liam Neeson's so good.
That movie's so stupid. I love it.
It's like, I mean, it kind of works.
It kind of does. Like,
it kind of works. Like, for all the shit it gets, like, it works as much as the first Top Gun.
I haven't seen the first Top Gun. I'd like to, but yeah, no, I've never seen Top Gun. I know, it's on the list. But that's the problem. When we get to the letter T on Theater Near You, like, there's a bunch of stuff lined up. And they were like, oh shit, Top Gun, that's a good one. I can't remember what any of the other ones were, but we came up with like 3 or 4 other, like, damn, T's going to be hotly contested. But either way, I'd like to see Top Gun at some point. I feel like it's important for me to see before I die. But
yeah, that's right, Iceman. I am dangerous.
But the other thing, speaking of bad movies, so what was it? Lawnmower Man, absolutely hated it. Just hated it. But for totally M, we're doing Masters of the Universe, which I've also never seen.
Oh, what?
And, I've only gotten about halfway through it, but it was like,
saw that in the theater.
I was just so exhausted that I was falling asleep. I love it. It's fucking terrible. But
oh my god, it's so bad.
It's the really entertaining kind of terrible. I'm like, man, this is shit. I like it. This is the good kind of shit.
What's wild about it too is if you hear Dolph Lundgren talk about it, they like everybody was really serious about what they were doing. They were like, they weren't fucking around. They weren't like, oh, this is some stupid property that, like, whatever, it's just a paycheck. Like, they were very, very serious about what they were doing. It just so happens that they had the talent level of Dolph Lundgren, which isn't, like, he's great at what he does, but leading role is not what he does.
And, like, the writing, it's just not, what?
Frank Langella as Skeletor is so bad.
Fucking Courtney Cox is in that movie.
I mean, anytime Courtney Cox is there, it's a good time. But
I had no idea. I just saw her name in the opening credits. I'm like, fucking excuse me? What?
What?
That was a real. It's been a real joy so far. I have about an hour left.
I do enjoy that movie.
It was just, it's that kind of like 80s nostalgic cheese that puts me to sleep, like in a happy way. So it's like I was by myself because Karen was out at doing a mom's club thing, and it's like I'm laying on the floor and Naga's snuggled up next to me, and I got Master of the Universe on and the ceiling fans going. I'm like just at peace with the world, and I just started dozing off. I was like, damn, I can't stay awake for the rest of this movie. But I want to. It's so much fun. But anyway, 10, 20, 30, 40, this is where we talk about important releases from 10, 20, 30, and 40 years ago. I do my best to try to group together everything that was released on all the different platforms at the time, and surely things will slip through the cracks because I'm, not an archivist, but I do my best. So let's travel back 10 years ago, May of 2012. We will start with the PlayStation 3, and this is a list right here. Now, there's some stuff that was definitely part of collections and stuff that were released bit by bit, but here I'm going to run through the list here. We've got Awesome Knots, Battleship, Alex Kidd and Miracle World, which was one of several Sega properties that just, like, classic games just got thrown up on the eShop, the PSN. Atelier Meruru, The Apprentice of Our Land. Doc Clock, The Toasted Sandwich of Time. Datura, Hotman, Sniper Challenge. Dragon's Dogma, D&D Daggerdale, Doctor Who The Eternity Clock, Jam Live Music Arcade, Max Payne 3, Pixel Junk 4am, Men in Black Alien Crisis, Monster World 4, Mad Riders, Pure Chess, Rock of Ages, Sonic 4 Episode 2, Saint Seiya Sanctuary Battle, Super Hang-On, Revenge of Shinobi, Tom Clancy's Ghost Recon, Future Soldier, Wonder Boy in Monsterland, Wonder Boy in Monster World, and Sorcery.
Yep.
So, I mean, Battleship.
Yeah, I got nothing for that list.
I mean, Max Payne 3 was interesting because, like, they made Max Payne to an old bald dude.
Yeah, I've never been a big Max Payne guy.
Oh, God, me neither. Just that is something I know about that. Max Payne was an old bald dude. Yeah. Adam Shub loves Max Payne, too. That's another thing I know about it.
There you go.
Dragon's Dogma, I think, is kind of a cool game.
I think so. God.
Sonic 4 Episode 2. Man, Sonic 4 was such a disaster.
Such a disaster.
I didn't hate Sonic 4 Episode 1, but I hated the idea of it. Like, why
are you doing this in piecemeal?
Episodic games, man. What a shit show that was, huh?
Yeah,
just everything
what a
to be
thing
episodic.
I'm happy has gone away.
Yeah, for the most part, that is gone, and I'm very happy about it. Unfortunately, we still haven't finished off Half-Life, your episodic content. But yeah, Sonic 4 was, man, that should have been good, but it really wasn't. It was fine, but nah, something was off about it. And there just wasn't anything else. A couple of great classic Sega releases, but there's nothing else there that really jumps out at me.
Yeah.
Besides Battleship.
Yeah, no. Nothing big.
Let's see how the Xbox 360 compares. It's definitely fewer releases on the 360. We've got Cabela's Survival Shadows of Catmail, Awesome Knots, Fable Heroes, Akai Katana Shin, Battleship, Game of Thrones, Jam Live Music Arcade, Dragon's Lair, Joyride Turbo, Dragon's Dogma, Sniper Elite V2, Minecraft Xbox 360 Edition. That's huge. I didn't realize.
That's gigantic.
That was, goodness, so that was 10 years ago that we got 360 Minecraft. I feel like it's been longer, but apparently that's it.
Yeah.
What do you know? Silent Hill Downpour, Max Payne 3, Sonic 2 Episode 2, Men in Black Alien Crisis, Ghost Recon Future Soldier, the Sega Vintage Collection. I think this is what those things up there were kind of separated into.
Yeah.
The Vintage Collection, there was one that was Alex Kidd and Company, one that was Monster World, one that was Golden Axe, and one that was Streets of Rage, and then something called Mad Riders. So Silent Hill Downpour, is that one of those ones that people hate? I think it is.
I think so.
The Sniper Elite games people seem to like. There's Dragon's Dogma again. The Fable Heroes, wasn't that like the Connect Fable or some crap like that?
God, I don't even.
What the heck was Fable Heroes?
This was like kind of a weird place in gaming for me at this time. You know, there was just a lot lot really meh stuff coming out. Like
this is like a super kiddie hack and slash co-op adventure thing. Smells like trash.
I mean, I was playing baseball at this time 10 years ago, you know, so like, shit, man.
No, so yeah, not a crazy good
not a great
month over
month.
here. Like, I think that Game of Thrones game was pretty bad.
Is massive.
Yeah, Minecraft is massive. Yeah, and I think that's the first home console version of Minecraft. I mean, it must be.
I believe so.
So, damn.
Yeah,
it's a big one. Good on you, Xbox. Probably about if I collected all those Sega things together, it's probably about the same number of releases. But you know, Minecraft is the one to beat. Meanwhile, over on the Wii, huge month for the Wii. You've got Men in Black Alien Crisis, and of course, Battleship. And that's it.
Wow.
That's for the poor Wii. Man,
that sucks.
That system just fell so hard.
So hard.
And remember, the Wii U isn't out yet at this point.
Yeah.
We haven't even hit the Wii U launch yet. So you had a whole month of the best-selling console, like the highest numbered selling console, 2 releases, and they're Men in Black and Battleship.
Wow.
Dark
days, man.
I can never overstate, like, when the super hardcore fans talk about this generation of, like, the Wii sold better than anything else. Yeah, but the system sold. Nobody was making money on it at that point except for the people who made, like, fucking carnival games. Like, games did not sell, and they didn't keep coming because it was a toxic platform at a certain point. This is proof positive right here. That's it. That's sad.
It's such a weird system.
Mm-hmm.
It's so wild because there's some really, really good stuff on that system.
Hell yeah, there is.
Most of it is garbage.
Yeah.
Like,
Giant library of trash. And then that giant library of trash just kind of stopped happening. Like, look at all the schlock that we saw on these other two platforms. They're still going strong, but they were still like full of schlock and like maybe one or two half decent releases. Yeah. Whereas the Wii was just like, here's 2 shovelware games, enjoy. Even the DS.
It's so weird because it's been Nintendo, like, since the Wii has been playing catch up with the other 2 systems, which naturally means it's going to get like less ports and whatnot because it can't graphically compare, like, and studios don't want to spend the time or money to make quote unquote inferior versions of their games. So Nintendo has kind of pigeonholed themselves into this position, and they've gotten it right with the Switch, and they got it kind of right with the Wii because of how many units they sold. And then the Wii U was just fucking whatever that was.
Well, it was because they didn't actually get it right with the Wii. Like, they sold a ton of the units, and the idea was, all right, we're going to have lesser hardware, but you're not going to mind making your games a pared down version for our platform because it's going to be such a lucrative platform to make them for, and it'll be less expensive to make that game than the next generation one. That's the goal. But that didn't pan out because nobody who bought the Wii wanted to play games on it. They wanted to play Wii Sports, and that was that. So they didn't actually do all that well, and that's when the games library totally freaking dried up. Whereas on the other platforms, like, well, obviously we're going to target Xbox 360 and PS3 because, one, it's the hardware we want to work with, and two, that's where the gamers are. That's where people are actually buying our games. And the Wii U... Wii was such a toxic brand at that point. Nobody wanted to mess with that. And the whole second screen thing there was so much genius stuff in there, so many great ideas and so much ambition, but none of it worked well enough to make it successful. And because of the situation with the Wii and the name attached to it, nobody wanted to buy something that was called Wii. Companies didn't want to work with Wii anymore because of, everything that had happened in the past. And then they changed things up with Switch, and now they finally hit like, well, of course people want to make games for the Switch because, well, one, game design has changed a lot because your AAA games don't typically come to Switch, but it doesn't really matter if they do or not because there's plenty of other things that sell on the Switch. Different kinds of games sell outside of the big AAA things, and if you want those kinds of games, you're getting ports from the previous generation, which is about where the Switch is powerful enough to work with anyway. Like, it's such a smart ecosystem that it works and makes money, and people don't mind putting the effort in to make less powerful games on that hardware because there's a good chance if you do, you're going to make your money anyway. So there it goes. But boy, we did not like. This is the market they were hoping to get with Wii, and I'm glad they succeeded in getting it with the Switch because I love that platform. But
man, swing and a miss originally.
Yeah, big swing and a miss originally. I gotta say, this past weekend was a real big eye opener as far as the digital stuff goes. I complained before about not being able to log into my games, like digital games that I own. Like, This over the last weekend, there was a big outage on Wii for a couple of hours, and like just people couldn't play any of their games. Not even no online anything, just a single player offline experience. But they weren't able to get into their games because they couldn't connect to Nintendo servers to authenticate the games, and it's fucking gross.
Yeah, that sucks.
That's awful. Like, if I bring my Switch somewhere and I don't have access to the internet, I can't play most of my library because it was originally on my other Switch. So if I was playing on my original Switch as my primary, then it doesn't need to authenticate. But on any other platform that has my software, it has to authenticate anything I want to play, which is like, it's so stupid. What do you mean authenticate? It's mine.
Well, you got to make sure that you didn't download it somewhere else.
Absolutely disgusting.
Yeah.
So I'm leaning more heavily on the physical stuff these days. Like, that was a real I'll get digital games whenever I get digital games, and most of my newer stuff that's authenticated just fine on there. It doesn't need to check to see if I can play it, but every now and then I'll boot up a game and it'll take just an extra second to load up because it says checking to see if software can be played, and it's just so goddamn insulting. Like,
yeah,
what do you mean? What do you mean check to see if it can be played? It's me, it's
bitch.
my
I can
system.
play it.
I don't care if somebody steals my Switch, then good for them. They can play all my games. Have fun. Until I say that they can't.
Yeah.
But, I'll check.
Podcast for another podcast.
Yeah, podcast for another podcast. Moving on, the Nintendo DS in May of 2012 had... Oh, boy, this is a lineup right here. We've got Amiibo Battle, like Amoeba, but Amiibo Battle, Amiibo Battle.
Mm-hmm.
Paul's Shooting Adventure 2, Chronicles of Vampires, The Awakening, Kids Learn to Think, A+ edition, which 2 with the number 2, so you're looking real good on the education front there. Snakeoid Deluxe, 99 seconds, and you guessed it, motherfucking Battleship.
Fuck
Battleship hit the DS.
Wow. It's good
Not
times.
a good month. Yeah, not a solid month. Just a stack of turds. The 3DS, on the other hand, the 3DS did a little bit better with Birdmania 3D, Sudoku by Nicoli, Per Pals Perfection, Mario Tennis Open. All right, thumbs up.
Right,
there
that's
you go.
something.
Deer Drive Legends, Kakuro by Nikolai, and you guessed it, motherfucking Battleship.
Motherfucking Battleship. Battleship up in this bitch.
Mm-hmm. Battleship released for 3DS, DS, Wii, 360, and PS3 this month.
Jesus.
But get this shit. PSP, still coughing up games. Velocity,
No
Night
Battleship?
Fortix 2, Floating Cloud, God Saves the Pilgrims, but no Battleship.
Oh,
That's right,
God.
that last game was called Floating Cloud, God Saves the Pilgrims.
Yeah, the Floating Cloud God stuff was like a thing for a minute.
Was it? I've never even heard of this before.
Yeah.
Fascinating.
Yeah, it was like a whole thing.
And then over on the PS Vita, which actually had a decent month, Pure Chess, which, Tabletop Tanks, okay, it's no Battleship, but whatever.
It's no Battleship, but,
And Mortal Kombat and Resistance Burning Skies. So those are solid. Nice handheld version of the current iteration of Mortal Kombat. And the Resistance series going portable, so
yeah, that's not
bad. Yeah, it's 4 titles. It's not Battleship, which is a big bummer, but
It was a huge bummer.
Still, I think the Vita may have had the best month.
Yeah, it kind of sounds like it did.
Mario Tennis on 3DS and Minecraft over on 360, but just like pound for pound. Maybe the Vita was I don't know. This was not a good month.
No, it's a weird month.
This was not a great month for video games right there.
Yeah. I mean, but it's June. This is when we don't get good shit.
Yeah.
For the most part.
May of 2012, so
Yeah.
let's see if May 2002 did any better. And I think already we're looking at a real winning situation here. PlayStation 2. First game right off the bat of May 2002, Britney's Dance Beat.
Oh my God. So good.
Game of the decade right there.
So good. Who wasn't a Britney Spears fan?
I don't know.
Like, you were either a Britney Spears fan or a Britney Spears fan. But, like, you liked her one way or another.
Pass.
Physical
Besides Britney's Dance Beat, we got Headhunter, Scooby-Doo Night of 100 Frights, Looney Tunes Space Race, the Test Drive Reboot, Aggressive Inline, Medal of Honor Frontline, Dropship United Peace Force, Lethal Skies Elite Pilot Team SW, and Way of the Samurai.
Yes, those are also all games.
Those are games that happened. I remember that Test Drive game being pretty alright.
Yeah, that was pretty okay.
I didn't mess with Aggressive Inline. Way of the Samurai, that's that company that did that presentation that I didn't understand. Right?
Yeah.
Acquire, whatever they were called at that point in time. It was like tangentially related to like Bushido Blade or something.
I think that sounds right. I don't know. That was a while ago, man.
Yeah. I can picture the box in my head.
Yeah.
That game. Anyway, let's see how the Xbox compared. The Xbox had 6 releases. Not bad. Smashing Drive, which was kind of fun. Mm-hmm. Star Wars Jedi Starfighter, which was alright. World Series Baseball 2K2. Hunter the Reckoning. Legends of Wrestling.
That
was
great.
It was a neat idea.
Yeah, it was let's take all these guys that aren't, around anymore or aren't currently licensed to Ukes or whoever the hell had it, and make a game, and then they were like, oh shit, we forgot to make a fun game.
Shit, we forgot to make the game. We thought we could just sell it based on the faces. Oh, but they did. They did. Sold just fine. Got a sequel, and Test Drive was the last one on there. So
yeah,
decent. Not great, nothing to write home about, but decent. GameCube didn't fare a whole lot better. GameCube had Zoo Cube, Virtua Striker 2002, Legends of Wrestling, and Lost Kingdoms.
What was that Lost Kingdoms shit?
I think it was
a thing, right?
Card-based RPG, I think.
That sounds right.
GameCube. Like, I say card-based, I'm like, no, Bat and Kados was the card-based one, but there's probably more than one card-based one.
Yeah, for sure.
It's From Software. Check that out.
Yeah.
This is a FromSoft game. Is known for its unique system of combat. Battles are played in real time where the player has to keep their character moving to avoid enemy attacks and plot tactical points to attack. Katia uses her cards for battle purposes. Yep, there it is. Yeah, this got a sequel too.
Yeah,
I think people liked it. It wasn't like a huge success, but it was it's a moderate success, and it's From Software, man.
Yeah, those guys are popular.
They are now.
People like them.
Yeah, we should get a Lost Kingdoms remaster.
Right. We should get them on the show.
Should all those Lost Kingdoms be like, hey, where are you?
Oh, good. We found you. Problem solved.
I don't know. I'm fucking lost.
I just live here now. I built a house.
Let's see what's going on with Game Boy Advance. Was the only other platform I had listed for. I couldn't find any Game Boy Color games from this month, and that was pretty much all the stuff that was active this generation. So let's see. Game Boy Advance had All-Star Baseball 2002, an incredibly shitty port of Earthworm Jim 2. WTA Tour Tennis, Hey Arnold, the movie, the only Star Wars Episode 2 Attack of the Clones game.
That's Bomberman, so weird. What a weird fact that is.
It's like they made a bunch of games, Star Wars games at that time, but that was the only one that was just Attack of the Clones.
Yeah.
Huh. Bomberman Max 2 Red and Blue, back when every game needed to have a red and blue version. Man. Good times.
Bomberman. Hey, Bomberman.
Dragon Ball Z collectible card game, Muppet Pinball Mayhem, Spirit Stallion of the Cimarron, Tiger Woods PGA Tour Golf, Frogger Advance, The Great Quest, Spy Hunter, Punch King, Dragon Ball Z The Legacy of Goku. That game wasn't terrible.
No, the card game wasn't bad either, I don't think.
No. Had Trunks on the cover. I remember that. Zoo Cube, what I can only assume is a shitty port of Arrow the Acrobat. I haven't played it, but I don't know. Tactics Ogre, The Knight of Lotus, Desert Strike Advance, and NASCAR Heat 2002.
Oof. It was a game about cars going left.
Mm-hmm. Well, Legacy of Goku was a huge success. It was a decent game. Outside of that, though, not a lot going on here either.
Tactics Ogre is cool.
All right, Tactics Ogre is cool, but it's extremely niche.
Yeah.
Phew. All right, another shit month.
That's in June.
It's a May. We're in May.
Or May. Sorry, it's a May. We're in June. I don't know, Chris. Where are you? Where am I?
I don't know. I'm wasted.
I'm drunk.
That's about enough of that. Let's talk about 1992. Come on, things have to have been better in May of 1992.
Everything was better in the 90s, Chris.
I found game releases for NES, Genesis, TurboGrafx 16, Neo Geo, and Super NES.
Oh, look at those names you just said. I already feel better.
Ah, shit. I didn't look up Game Boy.
Oh, you fuck.
There must have been Game Boy releases, and I didn't find them. Huh.
Must not have been.
1992.
They took that month off. They were like,
Yeah.
we're good. It's May.
Looks like I forgot to do Game Boy for the last couple of months. Hell, I'm looking at my notes here, and I have Game Boy games for January, but I don't have them for the rest of them. That doesn't seem okay. And Game Gear. Do I have any? Let's do this shit in real time. Huh? Oh, because the Game Gear ones don't have months. That's why I missed out on Game Gear. I'm not parsing through that. Just assume that Game Gear games came out.
And they were all great. If they were Battleship.
It was just nothing but Battleship. All right, let's see. I can find the Game Boy games, no problem. Right? Are these all one single page, or do I have to split these up into multiple pages? Nope, this should all be one page. So let's go down to May 1992, right? That's what we're doing?
No, June. Clearly.
Son of a bitch. All right, May of 92, we've got, oh boy, Turn and Burn, the F-14 dogfight simulator.
Oof. Love turning and burning. They're two of my favorite things to do.
Doing them right now. NBA All-Star Challenge 2, Jack Nicklaus Golf, and Batman Return of the Joker.
Batman Return of the Joker is fucking dope.
I don't know what the Game Boy version's like.
I don't care. It's fucking dope. I'm sure it's great. I'm not sure.
Well, because Batman was so different on Game Boy. So what was Return of the Joker like on Game Boy?
I think it was much more like a port of Return of the Joker.
Kinda, yeah. I'm looking at it now. He's a bigger Batman, but not quite as big as he is on the regular game. It does seem to have a lot more in common with the first Batman, because he's doing the whole wall jump thing.
Yeah.
Interesting.
Man,
I'd like
really
to try
like
this
that
sometime.
First Batman game.
Yes, both the NES and Game Boy ones are pretty wild games.
Yeah. I like them.
All right, well, there's Game Boy. Let's see what else we got. NES, we had Advanced Dungeons and Dragons Pool of Radiance, not Radius.
Either way.
Hatris, Hook, The Mutant Virus, Crisis in a Computer World, Paperboy 2, Toxic Crusaders, Ultimate Air Combat, and Wizardry 2, The Night of Diamonds.
Man, that is a fucking nerdy month.
Seriously.
Oh god, you got a D&D and a wizardry in the same month? You fucking nerd. Oh god. Anyway.
Opposite end of the spectrum, Toxic Crusaders is nerdy shit.
Yeah, but very, very different. I fucking
then we
love
got
Toxic
Tetris, but
Crusaders.
with hats.
I wanted Toxic Crusaders to be a really awesome thing, because I fucking love those movies. Toxic Avenger, come on, man. Troma Films, that the way you love the riff tracks and MS3TK kind of movies, that's the way that I love the Troma Film stuff, like Kabuki Cop and all that fucking shit. But man, Toxic Crusaders, not a good game. A mildly okay cartoon advertisement for a pretty shitty toy line. How do you take the Toxic Avenger and turn it into a kid's show? That was a weird choice.
I don't know, man. There was wasn't there a Rambo kids show or something too?
Mm-hmm.
They made kids shows out of everything.
And Chuck Norris. You remember the Chuck Norris cartoon?
Vaguely. I can picture frames of it, but I don't think I ever actually watched it.
Yeah, he had this weird blue and white gi that had extra padding and shit. It's no Mr. T and the T-Force, that's for damn sure.
But what is? What is, Dan?
Bring back
I
Mr. T
you.
cereal.
All right, let's see what's going on in the Sega Genesis. We've got Devilish, The Next Possession.
Ooh.
Double Dragon. The Genesis Double Dragon is pretty good.
Yeah, it's not bad.
The Duel, Test Drive 2. Ernest Evans, I've never even heard of that one. Jordan versus Bird, 1-on-1. Sol Dees, Super Off-Road, Sid Velis, and Tracia.
Yeah, again, those are all games. God, May is a terrible month for video games.
Seriously. Super Off-Road's great, but it was kind of long in the tooth by the time Genesis came around.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know. Like, same with Double Dragon. Like, it's a solid port, but like...
Yeah, but it's Double Dragon.
It's 1992.
Yeah. You can sue her. Anyway. Fucking Blazing Saddles reference? Nothing? Because you haven't seen that either.
I've seen it. Just, I haven't seen it enough times to, remember all of it.
That is a movie that deserves to be watched once a week. It is that funny.
I would have half that kind of time. I only found one TurboGrafx game, and that was Davis Cup Tennis, so...
Tennis games are usually fun.
I can only assume that this one was as well. Neo Geo had Mutation Nation, Last Resort, and Baseball Stars 2.
Oh, Baseball Stars 2 is good stuff.
Mm-hmm.
Mutation Nation, I think, was good too.
It's a great name.
I think it is a good name.
Yeah.
It's fun to say.
Mutation Nation.
We'll have a Dalmatian plantation. We'll have a Mutation Nation. Not as good of a song.
No.
Have a Dalmatian.
Way more grim, but...
I don't know. 101 Dalmatians pretty fucking grim. I don't know if you've seen it lately.
Wait, I actually did. Yeah, that lady's nuts.
Yeah, she really is. Good movie, though.
I'm gonna murder the shit out of these puppies.
Cruella. Yeah.
It's because Dalmatians killed your mom.
Oh, I know. Is that what it was? I didn't see Cruella.
I haven't seen it either, and one of the main reasons was that I found out Dalmatians killed her mom.
Oh, God.
Really? That's what we're going with?
I mean...
Yeah. A Dalmatian was responsible for your mother's death, so now she has a lifelong murderous hatred of Dalmatians.
This crazy sideways house killed my boy. And it'll kill
every last one of us. The amount of times that comes up in this house, and I swear to God, our kids, somewhere in their heads, are going to be like, what is this? What is this? They're going to get older, and they'll be like, okay, you've been saying damn this sideways house for like our entire lives. What the fuck are you talking about?
That was like one of the most fun things watching Ghostbusters with the kids, is that they were like, wow, you guys are fucking joke thieves. You have no original content whatsoever, do you? And I was like, no,
never claimed we did.
Something? Ha. It's the best line in Ghostbusters. Listen, smell something? Oh, it's so fucking funny. Anyway.
All right, Super NES, save us. We have...
You're our only hope.
Oh my God.
What, Super Metroid? That's a kind of oh my God moment.
Shit, I've been reading April this whole time.
Oh, you fucking prick. I thought we talked about these for... Like, all of this sounded familiar.
I've been reading April this whole time. What an asshole. Okay, NES. Alex Demiro's Race America, whatever,
yeah,
Wacky Races, and Round Ball 2-on-2 Challenge. Not good. Genesis,
make it better.
Steel Empire, and that's it. TurboGrafx, Ballistics, and Night Creatures.
Ballistics is cool.
All right, cool. How about Neo Geo just got one, Ninja Commando.
Fuck yeah, Ninja Commando. Put two things I love together, ninjas and commandos. Fucking
Super
Arnold
Nintendo
Schwarzenegger running around like a ninja wearing tabby socks. It's great.
Super Nintendo's got The Rocketeer, which is apparently awful.
Oh, it's so bad.
Romance of the Three Kingdoms 2, Super Soccer, Arcana, and Jack Nicklaus Golf. Game Boy, I was right on the money. I actually had Game Boy written down for this. And Game Gear got Krusty's Funhouse. So, yeah, that was way worse.
Yeah, Jesus. Go back to April. Or go to June at this point. Pick a different year.
I haven't figured out all of June yet.
All of this has made me very sad.
Wow, yeah, May was bad. What about 1982? What can we do with 1982? Help us out here.
Probably not much.
Arcade, we got Kangaroo. That was a pretty fun arcade game.
Yeah.
It's
not month redeeming.
No. Over on the Intellivision, we've got Sub Hunt, Reversey, Night Stalker, Frog Bog, and maybe Demon Attack. Atari 2600 though, Space Cavern and Yar's Revenge.
Yar's Revenge is kind of huge.
Yeah, that's a big one. That game's great. Woof.
I know it's blasphemy. I've never really liked Yar's Revenge. It's all right.
I like it. It's Yeah, as far as like actual gameplay goes, it's not my favorite. I love the cover art. I love the, weird little world and stuff. I've always found the game fascinating. And I've occasionally been able to like get into a good groove with it and be like, yeah, this is pretty fun. But it's given the choice, I'm usually not going to that one over something like Defender. Like,
I like the idea of
Defenders.
Yar's Revenge.
The idea of Yar's Revenge is quite cool. I would really like them to do a Yar's Revenge Recharged. I feel like there's something really good to be done there. But
it could be, yeah.
I guess we'll find out. Maybe we'll find out soon. But fucking yikes, man.
Yeah, this is bad. This is a depressing show this week.
This was bad all around. This was not great. Boy, I hope June's better. I mean,
it's not gonna be.
Just looking at the 2600 stuff I have here, there's a bunch more of it. Oh, Defenders in June, so that's cool.
There you go. All right, so we'll talk about Defender next month.
Sweet. Let's see, 92 June.
Don't give it away now. You got to tease,
I'm
man.
Just kind of looking.
Just a tip, Chris.
Just giving it a cursory glance.
A soupçon.
Okay. All right. What about 2002 June? I have almost nothing written down for 2002 yet.
What is this? This is nothing.
And did I do anything in 2012? Yeah, no, 2012 is completely empty. So I don't know. We'll see if June can redeem itself. If we even get it. Geez, when are we even going to get around to June 10, 20, 30, 40? We didn't even do a Stone Age starter kit yet. It's been it's E3 month. We got a lot going on.
Well, and what do we have next week, Chris?
Oh, well, what we have next week. That's our show, everybody. Join us next week. If all goes according to plan, we're going to be interviewing the team behind the new Ninja Baseball Batman comic, Ninja Baseball Spirits. At least one, maybe all three. So we might get the writer and the artist and the creator of the game itself on the show.
Oh, man.
Fingers crossed. We're working that shit out. But yes, next week we're going to be interviewing about the Ninja Baseball Batman comic, talking about beat-em-ups and Ninja Baseball Batman and comic books and whatever the hell else crosses our mind. I don't care. It's going to be awesome.
Yeah, it's going to be a wild conversation. And they're Scottish, so we might not understand anything that they say.
I'm excited about it. The Kickstarter launched on Friday, so the same day that the last episode of SAG went out, the Kickstarter launched, and I had interviewed him briefly via email for Nintendo Force, and I was following the Kickstarter, and David Cook, the writer, was like, any comic book podcasts out there want to talk to us, we're ready to do podcasts. And as the Stone Age Gamer account, I was like, what about video game podcasts? And he and the artist were like, hey, we like video games, sure, sign us up. And so I emailed, I was like, hey, it's me again, I'm the guy who did it for Nintendo Force, I also host this podcast, let's talk. And they were like, fuck yeah, let's do it. So we arranged times, and I'm very excited about it. I'm going to be taking probably a bit more of a backseat because you guys are going to be talking. You know Ninja Baseball Batman more than me, and you know baseball more than me. So
I do. That is definitely a fact. I am really excited. Their Kickstarter goal as of right now. So we're recording.
Oh
this
yeah,
Monday,
where are they at
6th,
right now?
They're at $3,693 of their goal of $6,247. So they're more than halfway there already.
That's
and it's
good.
only been up for 3 days. 26 days to go. 137 backers. It just went up to 3,732 as I am looking at it.
I find it completely insane that it's that low. I mean, it's not bad. Not by a long shot. It's
not
fine.
Even a little bit.
But I feel like it should be way more than that. And I'm hoping that they get the word out there to a lot more people. I'm just I want this to be a success. And it seems like the kind of thing that more people should want to be in on.
Yeah, we're gonna have to check out his other comics before we do that. Dave Cook has written Killtopia and BPM, beatdowns per minute.
Mm-hmm.
Those are the two ones that are listed on the about the creator. So we'll definitely have to check those out.
BPM is like about beat 'em ups, like it's a beat 'em ups comic. So.
That's awesome.
The freaking Ninja Baseball Batman is like other sports stole the baseball memorabilia.
Oh, it's so great.
Like the fucking hockey team. There's like an esports one. this looks so good. The artwork looks great. The character designs were already great. I just love this, and I want it to be a success. And I find it insane that there's only 138 backers here. 138 people? That's it? That want a Ninja Baseball Batman comic book? Come on. We can do better than that.
We really can, and we should.
We can and we should.
Together with the Atomic Cheer Squad, the ninjas jump into their high-tech tour bus, the Alabaster, and blast off across America to retrieve the stolen relics.
What is not to love here?
Yes.
I wish we just got the right person has to talk about this.
Somehow, I don't know that it's us, but
it's definitely not us.
But I'm really excited about it.
I am too, because using the Stone Age Gamer platform for Kickstarters isn't really something we do.
No,
but if I have them on the show, I can promote the fuck out of it. So
yeah,
it's a good time. All right, well, that's our show. Where the hell did my notes go? There we are.
Join us next week as we.
There it is.
Oh yeah, there you go.
We're on most social media platforms, and if you want to get in touch with us, we aren't very difficult to find. All it takes is a quick look at our show notes, and you'll see links to our social media accounts, as well as all manner of other fun stuff, like a link to our namesake, StoneAgeGamer.com, the Geekade Patreon, which helps keep this show running week after week, and more useful links than you can shake a joystick at. The show's theme song, Squared Roots, was written by Banjo Guy Ollie, who is on vacation for 3 weeks right now. I'm so jealous of people who live in places that aren't America.
I believe he's on holiday, Chris, not vacation.
Exactly right. He's on holiday. Anyway, you can learn all about his wonderful music and more by following the link to his YouTube. It's wonderful music. He was like, before he left, he's like, yeah, I got 5 songs already ready to go. I just haven't made the videos for him. I was like, give me the music, please, sir. Please, I just want to listen to the songs.
Please, sir, can I have some more?
You can learn all about his wonderful music and more by following the link to his YouTube channel, also in the show notes. And finally, as always, we'd like to thank our intrepid editor, Evan, for making the show listenable for all you folks. We'd like to thank all you folks for listening in the first place. That's our show, everybody. Thanks again for listening. On behalf of Dan and myself, keep playing games.